This is a HeadGum podcast.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to A Funny Feeling Podcast. I'm Betsy Sidaro.
And I'm Marcy Jarrow. This is a podcast where comedians tell us their paranormal experiences, and we listen to yours as well.
Oh, yeah. And if you have one of these paranormal experiences that you want to share with us, please email it to us at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com.
Now get cozy.
And prepare yourself to be scared silly.
This is a Funny Feeling podcast.
Okay, Marcy.
Okay, Betsy.
I'm going to talk to you about a very haunted college.
Thank God you've been avoiding me, giving me the silent
I've been
treatment.
giving you the silent treatment. I've just been staring, facing the corner of the room for the last 7 hours.
I thought it was like a Blair Witch thing.
Yeah.
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 Okay, so
Hope
a
you learned
haunted
your lesson.
I did. I'll behave.
Yes, a haunted college known as Smith College.
Smith!
So Smith College is in Northampton, Massachusetts, and it's the largest women's college in America.
Is it still all women's?
I don't know, actually. I don't know. If you go to Smith,
If you're a man and you went to Smith,
let us know.
let us know.
Yeah. So it started in 1871 and has, educated such incredible women as Sylvia Plath and Gloria Steinem.
Whoa!
Pretty cool. And it's considered one of the most haunted colleges in New England.
Whoa.
Which that's pretty big because New
probably
England
is big as hell.
big as hell, scary as hell, haunted as hell.
And New England is like a bunch of states. It's not just one.
Right. I think it's
like the equivalent of like the Southeast.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's like Massachusetts,
Because sometimes I'll think
Vermont,
it's one.
Maine.
Yeah, I'll think it's one specific state. Sometimes I'm like New England.
In the state of New England.
In the state of New England, with the capital.
No, it's a bunch of old places where because I want to say even like Delaware is considered. Is Delaware considered it?
No, I think Delaware is considered the South.
The South?
I think so.
What?
I could be wrong because I don't know shit, but I will look it up.
Anyways, so of course, New England's old as shit. Smith is old as shit. And there has been a number of accidents, murders, epidemics that have taken a lot of lives
A lot of
in the area.
A lot of lady lives.
A lot of lady eyes.
FYI,
lives.
yes, Delaware is a southern state. by the
Okay,
way.
so there's a ton, and so I'm going to kind of blast through some of the highlights of this. 'Cause
Get ready.
It's haunted as shit. Okay, so there's a place, 150 Elm Street.
Oh boy.
Nightmare on. And this is just a good old fashioned haunted house. We're talking like the bathroom broom closet door being open when everybody's like, I didn't open it. Why does it keep opening?
And they're like, Jessica, yes, you
Jessica,
did.
yes, you always open the broom closet. I swear I
You're
didn't.
in love with the broom.
I was taking a shit.
You dance with the broom like he's your boyfriend.
Shut up. I once in a while just to make sure I still know how to move.
We saw you kissing the broom's
Shut
head.
up. I need to practice. Let me practice so that when it happens, I'll be good.
It's not happening,
It's
Jessica.
gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, right.
My boobs are gonna grow. Okay. So we're also talking about like mysterious knockings coming from the ceiling and the walls in one of the upstairs bedrooms. Where also in a lot of the upstairs bedrooms, the lights turn on and off pretty constantly. One night, the people who were living there were like on their way to go to a party, and one of the girls who lived on the second floor left her room and locked the door, and then she's like, oh fuck, I forgot something, and went back, unlocked the door, but couldn't open the door.
Whoa.
And then finally, when they got in, like after a lot of help, the bookcase that was next to the door was moved to block the door. Isn't that fucking wild?
That's fucking
And nobody was in the room.
That's And like, that's not like an easy thing for it to be like, it just shifted.
No. Yeah, that's not an easy thing to justify.
They don't have earthquakes there.
No. And even an earthquake moving a book, books are heavy.
Guys, that's why I won't read them.
No, yep, too heavy.
Not strong enough.
Okay, next we have the Baldwin house. And
Alec?
we're not talking about Alex, Stephen, Billy, or whatever.
Daniel.
Who's that?
That's the oldest Baldwin.
Oh, okay. This is also a classic haunted house. So, and most of the spooky stuff happens in the attic and like the upper floors of this place. People have heard footsteps in the attic, banging in the attic, dragging a large object like back and forth in the attic. Yeah, nasty. And then people will go to check and be like, "What's going on in the attic?" And the fucking door's locked.
Fucking
to
door.
the attic.
The fucking
so nobody's up
door
there.
is locked.
There's one story of damp footsteps, or footprints, I guess, leading from the old location they renovated of the 4th floor bathroom to the attic.
Ew.
Isn't that fucking nasty?
I don't like it.
I hate that.
I don't like it because it makes me like, why is that ghost wet?
Yeah.
Why is
I
it
remember
wet?
in Unsolved Mysteries of the Queen Mary.
Yes, the wet footprints of a little
that
girl, right?
Fucked me up. Yes.
Yes.
And I like, oof. That image is...
Might be why I'm obsessed with ghosts to this day.
That might have been a big start for me, too.
Robert
Just like,
Stack.
what the fuck? Oh, hunky Robert Stack.
Oh, old man wearing blush.
Wearing fucking, yes.
Wearing a trench coat
Ooh.
and some blush.
Hell yeah, that's all I want.
That's my type.
Okay, one resident was on her way to go into the attic when all of a sudden, bam, the attic door slammed in her face.
Wow.
And another resident was up in the attic and the lights just started turning off. Nobody else is in there. And then one girl saw a translucent? Yeah.
You got it.
Thank you. Saw a translucent, one girl saw a translucent figure walk through her wall, pause at her roommate's bed, and exit through the other wall.
What?
Isn't that fucking spooky?
Get out of
In
here.
the pause at the bed. Ooh, that's
She's like,
nasty.
what are you looking at, bitch?
Yeah. I sleep better than that. Yeah, because you're dead.
You call that sleeping? You should see what
Whatever.
I do.
Yeah. And so the residents believe that this might be the spirit of an old house mother just floating around,
She's making sure everyone's
they're
really
sleeping,
asleep.
Turning the lights on,
She's
being like, guys, lights out.
You're not debating down there, are you?
You're not debating. Masturbating?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Don't you debate.
Don't you debate, okay? Okay. Now we have the Talbot house. Talbot.
TLBOT?
Yeah.
Talbot.
Talbot house. And that
Tall
has
butt house.
now we have the tall butt house. In order to get in, you have to have a really tall butt. We're talking 18 inches of butt.
And you got to count your crack on that.
Yes. That doesn't... Because if crack's not there, that's your back.
I have such a small butt crack.
Do you have a small butt crack?
I got a small
I have a pretty big
butt
one, I think.
crack. Yeah, yours goes all the way to your front.
Yeah. It comes down my
on your
forehead.
forehead.
Okay, so now for the tall butt house. It has two main ghosts. The first is a spooky lady in white with long brown hair who gets this, Marcy, and I fucking screamed when I read this. Runs across the porch late at night. Isn't that...
Why?
Isn't that... For some reason, that is so fucking scary to me.
A running ghost. A running ghost is too scary.
Horrifying. Oh,
I don't like.
Right?
I don't like.
Ew. Yeah, I lost my mind when I read that at home, and nobody was around that I could tell. Like, oh fuck, that's so fucking scary. So apparently, when she runs across the porch, she like sprints, hops over the rail, and then just disappears.
That's so crazy.
That is...
But if I were a criminal, I'd pretend like I was that ghost.
I was that ghost.
I'm that ghost, and I am robbing you.
Oh, I forgot to say she's running a lot with like flat screen TVs, Alexis.
Sorry, ma'am, we can't file a police report for a ghost.
That's a ghost, you idiot.
The police in the town are like, yeah, that was probably just a ghost, ladies. Go back to sleep.
Yeah.
Sorry about your car. A ghost stole it.
We'll see if a ghost parks it somewhere else. She's also been seen standing under the street lamp in front of the Talbot house, just staring vacantly.
She needs attention.
Until she acknowledges you.
She needs attention.
She really does. She really does. Okay. When she acknowledges you, boom, she's gone. Disappears.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like, got it.
Thank you.
Got my
It's all
attention.
I needed.
I can go now.
I'm gone. Okay, the second ghost is of a little boy named Tommy. And this is a fucked up story.
Okay.
So it took place when the building was known as the Betsy Capin School. So I guess like before the college became a thing. Okay, so Tommy was a little chubby boy. And he got made fun of.
Oh, boy. He was Tommy Boy.
He was Tommy Boy. He got made fun of by the other kids. And one winter day, two boys asked him to play a game with them. And he, of course, was like, oh, my God, yes.
Finally.
Yes, friends. Here we go. Here we go. So they lead him up to the attic. And they're like, hey, you go in. You go in first. We'll be right behind. Slam the door, lock it, and run away.
Oh, no.
Now, after a few days pass, Tommy is reported missing.
What?
I don't know. The olden days, I don't fucking know. And was finally found dead in the attic.
Oh, my God.
He died from dehydration.
Oh, my God.
Isn't that so fucked up?
God, I hope... I want to know so many details that I'm sure you don't have, like, what happened to those other little shitheads.
I don't fucking know. I hope they got run over by a horse and carriage or something.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And a horse shit on them after.
And then the horse ran back and was like, wait, I gotta take a fucking nasty shit on both of them. So he, of course, haunts this place. People hear footsteps and knocking coming from the attic.
He's like, let me out.
He loves hanging out in the bathroom where he turns on faucets.
He's like, God, if I would have had this water, guys, I could have still be alive.
And he's even been seen like washing his hands and then will disappear. On a parents' weekend, a mother had a whole conversation with him like around the bathroom area and then went to turn to say goodbye and he was gone.
Oh my gosh. This fits in our little fat ghost category too. That makes me excited.
I know. Okay. And then here's the most well-known Smith ghost story. And it takes place at the Sessions House. And this building is one of the oldest in Northampton, dating back to 1751. And so during the Revolutionary War, a general from the British Army was captured and held prisoner at this house. During which he falls in love with the daughter of a lieutenant from America.
Well, of course, because she's like, we kind of have British accents, but it's been kind of fading, and this guy's got a legitimate British accent.
Yeah, and I'm horny.
Of
course, this was not allowed. We're at war.
You're not allowed to fall. Look.
Can't fall in love with a red coat.
But also, like, your daddy's never going to let you marry a prisoner of war from the enemy side.
Think about it, lady.
Hey, lady, think about it.
Think about it.
Think with your head and not with your pants. You're not allowed to wear pants.
You're not allowed to wear pants, but you do have pants underneath your dress.
Yes, they're called panties.
Ew. Okay.
Okay.
So they would secretly meet on this hidden staircase that was built in the house as an escape route, like earlier on from attacks or whatever. So they would meet on the staircase. Well, go ahead. Oh, and she would show him her ankle, and he would get a little boner.
And then he would just press it against the wall.
Yeah, and he'd be like, oh, yeah. Oh, yes, this is nice. Oh, yes. Okay, so then eventually the general was sent back to England. And there's some stories of, like, the girl died because she was so sad. But then also there's stories of, like, no, she had a family here. But
she either died or she didn't die.
They both died at some point because this is old as shit. And so it's said that the general can be seen roaming around the Sessions house looking for his love, and also that people have cited two spirits meeting on the secret staircase.
Oh,
and there's now a tradition for to send new students and residents of this Sessions house to go hang out on the staircase at Halloween. To see if they see anything. And that's Smith College. And I got my info from collegeconsensus.com and sophia.smith.edu.
That's very...
Boom! Smith College.
What a sweet little haunting, all of those. Very sad.
Very
Tommy.
sad. Tommy's very sad.
Tommy.
And there were others that were even sadder that I didn't want to
You're
write
like,
about.
let's not.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't do.
We don't need to be bummed.
No.
Bam.
So, let us know.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys ever live in a haunted house in college?
Did you ever?
Or anytime, let us know.
Did you ever prank someone so hard they died?
Yeah, please let us know if you did. We will call the cops. Yeah, send us your stories.
Yeah, you can send us a voice memo, and if you do, please keep it as close to under 5 minutes as you can.
Yeah, because we want to be able to get to all of them, and sometimes it's tough for us.
We can't listen if they're too long on a regular episode. But yeah, send us your stories. You can type it out. Send us an email to funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com.
Yeah, tell your friends.
Why don't you subscribe?
Rate, review.
Do all those things.
It all. We love it, and we love you
so much.
Thanks.
We're gonna meet you on the stairway
and just show our ankles and get little boners.
Press our bonies into the wall.
Press those bonies.
Betsy.
Yes.
I am so excited about our guest.
I am too.
I'm a big fan of her.
Me too.
She is an actress, a writer. She's been in Lady Bird, Enlightened, The Comeback. I guess like the funniest female-driven comedies of our century.
Yeah.
Bayne Gibby.
Yay.
Hi, guys.
And then I just got nervous. I was like, I didn't ask her Gibby before. That's right. No?
That's right.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Remember when you did ASCAT and they how did they phonetically...
Did they say Gibby? Sometimes people say Gibby and it makes me laugh.
But
no, you nailed it.
Like they're GIFs and
right?
GIFs.
A GIF. Yeah.
GIF.
Yeah. No, you got it. Hard G.
May I ask?
Yes.
How was it working with Lisa Kudrow?
It was so fun.
God.
She's amazing.
She's unbelievable.
She seems like one of those people who maybe won't let you down too much as far as like loving her.
Yeah. She, it was very intense because I think I came in on maybe the third episode.
Yeah.
So they were already kind of rolling. And, you know, it was her show and she was producing. And so she had so many things she was focused on. So she wasn't just like, oh my gosh, hey, like it wasn't like casual, let's chat. It was like she had so many things to do. It was all very efficient.
Yeah.
But my first day, I was so in awe of her because someone reminded me of this recently, that in high school, I guess it was college because Friends was on. They had said like, oh, if you could work with anybody, who would it be? And I had said Lisa Kudrow. Like I was a massive fan.
God.
So I was I had all those nerves of that. Plus I'd just been flown in from New York. It was like such a big deal.
Yes.
I was teaching preschool. It was like a really, really big deal. So I was like trying to act like just a normal human being. And, you know, she was like, hi, I've watched your tape so many times. We're glad you're here. It was very businesslike. And then we do the scene a few times and I'm still kind of like, am I acting like a normal, you know, person?
Yeah.
And then she turns to me and is like, the first time we're taking a little break and she goes, God, you're good. And it was like,
holy shit.
I needed. It was like,
That just gave me chills.
I like filled up and I was like, I'm good. I feel like I belong here. And it was like and then she could see from my reaction that like it was powerful.
Yes.
And then from then I was like, she's not going to be one of those like warm, fuzzy, like, oh my gosh, what did you do this weekend, people? She's going to be the like, God, you're good. And then you move on.
Which is awesome. Oh my.
Yeah, it was intense.
I can't believe that was like your first job.
It was my first big job. I had done a guest star on Sex and the City was my very first.
What?
And that's where I met Michael Patrick King.
Oh, great. Okay.
And then that's why I auditioned for The Comeback. And they had said to me, the casting director had said at the audition for The Comeback, like, they're casting people out of LA. So this is kind of just like, whatever.
Yep.
So I didn't really... There wasn't a lot of pressure.
Because
she was kind of making me feel like this is almost a technicality, but like there was something in my head that pinged like, no, maybe
still do it.
Yeah. And so it was my first really major experience where all of a sudden I was like, I'm in the pool with like the people who can swim, and so there was a lot of like, am I going to be able to swim? Can I swim? Oh, I can swim.
I guess
but it was scary.
Swim.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was scary.
Really funny. I feel like I had an audition like that in New York where they're like, they're casting this out of LA, but
like we're going to put some people on tape or whatever.
Yeah. And then like ended up having like a meeting with the director over it. And I was like, oh, I'm not even getting commercial callbacks. Like, it was so crazy that I was like,
it was like you leapfrogged from like, I hope I get a callback for this like sandwich commercial to all of a sudden having
to be like, oh, I'm not going to get this part, so it's fine. I'll just do whatever. And then like being like, oh, I didn't get it, but that was what made me realize I was like, you should move to LA. And then I didn't book any parts when I moved here, and now I'm a writer. But hey, however you get there.
It's all wild.
We're all here right now.
Exactly.
And a good reminder though, whenever you do have any power, to tell people, when you see people who you believe in, to like tell them, because the talent door flies open whenever someone says, I think you're good, then all of a sudden it like emboldens you to be like as good as you can be.
Yeah.
And it's huge.
It's like such a small gesture that I think people don't really think of, like, well, they probably know they're good. It's like, no, the impact that you can have on someone just in that small moment like that is so generous and big, but we're so like caught up in our own thing, we forget sometimes to be like, I think you're really funny, or whatever you could say to somebody.
It is such a good reminder. Oh, that makes me so happy.
Should I have told Andy Samberg that I think he's funny?
I mean, he probably knows.
Yeah, you should have.
Hey,
maybe that told you you're funny.
Has anyone? You should really consider a career in this.
You're really funny. You're super funny.
You're very funny.
So we always start by asking our guests, what, if anything, do you believe about the paranormal?
Ooh.
Okay. I love this topic. I'm so glad you guys asked me to do this.
I'm so excited.
I definitely believe that spirits who have passed are completely present and occupying the space with us.
Yeah.
And I find that idea completely fascinating about why certain presences like might come back to this house because this was where they had their best years, or something really amazing happened, or something really traumatic, because they say the theory is people will revisit the peak of their life, or like The Grudge, often it's like a property dispute, or like they'll be in that, they'll haunt the house because their brother took it from them.
Whoa.
And they, and so they'll haunt it, but it's either a really high or a low. And the fact that they could just be from this completely different time period, kind of among us, sort of trying to resolve some unresolved feeling. I find that so endlessly fascinating. That people who can sense it, and people who can actually tell you, oh, I'm sensing this kind of presence in this room. It's a talent I really wish that I had. Like, I would love to be psychic, and I would love to be one of those people who's like, there's a Confederate soldier in the corner.
And
how did he get here in LA?
Right?
Yeah. He fled.
Yeah.
He fled.
I believe that you could be. I don't know if you could see ghosts that way, but I think it's one of those things that like maybe you couldn't be an Olympic swimmer, but you could learn how to swim really fast.
And apparently you can. Apparently if you have, and I think we all have like a grain of being psychic or intuitive. And I feel like I have the grain, and I've had experiences where I'm like, oh my gosh, I sort of knew that was going to happen. I intuited that. And apparently you can develop it, but it's not something you can like I have friends who can see spirits and they have the gift, as they say with quotation marks, and I'm like so envious of it. I'm like, what are you seeing? I wish I was seeing anything.
Yeah, it is like, I feel, because we talk about this a lot, of like kids being able to see ghosts and stuff, where it is like, oh, are we all kind of born with it? But then we and society get rid of it, where it's like, wait, if we want to open up and work on it, can we then get it going?
And do you think that it's like learning a foreign language, where like a toddler can learn a foreign language very easily because as far as they know, there's not a lot of language. Like they're like, or they don't have any pre-existing stuff, like not much in their head, so they can learn multiple languages at a younger age easier. And the same thing about being open to the other side easier, and that maybe people who embraced it or like couldn't block it out or shut it down have that like just like better ability to do it. But not to say that we can't, right, as grown-ups learn or open ourselves up. It's just not as easy because we've already told ourselves all the rules that life has.
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. My friend Linda, who is very psychic, she said that as a child she would see dead people and she would talk about it, and everybody at school started to call her weird and say she was strange. So she said it was like a door that she intentionally closed and locked, and for many years she just like, kind of had this almost image of like a closed door. Yeah. And then she almost made the decision like, you know what? I'm going to just let it all happen. And it was like she made the decision like, okay,
I'm going to unlock it and open the door.
And she says it brings a lot of chaos into her life because she sees and feels things that she wishes she didn't see and feel. But she realizes like it's kind of impossible to suppress it for too long. Like it will, kind of bang open. So she's like, I'm just trying to like, let it flow in a healthy way. And then you might pull up next to someone in traffic and get this terrible feeling from the car next to you and know something about that person's life that you wish you didn't know, but that is part of it. Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's really a lot.
Ooh. Did either of you ever watch Medium?
Yes,
I never did.
I did.
With Patricia Arquette. I never did.
A funny thing that I don't know if they ever like outwardly said it, because I would only dip in and dip out, which it was a nice show because you
do that.
You didn't need to like, it was like Law and Order, that like there are running things, but you don't need to like.
One episode is
self-contained.
I like that.
So, but I don't know if it was ever like actually touched upon more than this, but she would drink a lot at the end of the episodes. Like you would like, and I think
just
later
shut it down.
I think later on it became a thing, but like you would always see her like in the bath drinking, or like she would drink. And I think that was like kind of like this thing of like, that's what she has to do to like shut it down.
I think that's what a lot of psychics have to do.
And it's based on that real psychic, Alison Dubois, who was on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
I didn't know that.
Oh my
God.
Camille Grammer hosted a dinner party, and she was one of the guests, and she was so diabolical. It was amazing.
She was crazy human being.
Yes.
And she was saying like, I know when you're gonna die, and like I know what blah blah blah. It was really insane.
A fight had started.
That is so fucking funny.
A fight had started, and she chose sides.
She was like,
she chose sides very early and was like, I know when you're gonna die, and I love that about me.
Yes, and I love that about me. That was a classic line.
Oh my God.
And she was like, your husband will never fulfill you.
was really ugly. She was so mean.
It was like definitely like using your powers for evil.
Yeah, it was like doing karate and kicking kids' asses.
She was
like,
so mean,
and
the fictionalized version played by Patricia Arquette was like so lovely and like gentle.
Course.
She'd be like, okay, like didn't she help solve crimes?
Yes,
because
that was like
yeah.
sort of.
bet.
I'm and maybe she's complex and she can be both.
That is. I gotta watch that episode.
It's very iconic because it was really it turned into a huge cat fight
because she just has this beautiful like red hair and she's a gorgeous woman and she's just kind of sitting there like smoking her e-cigarette.
And it was like before anyone was smoking e-cigarettes, so it was really strange.
Yeah, it's like definitely had to happen in like 2010 or 11. Like it was.
Kelsey and Camille were happily married at this point.
Yes, well, they weren't happily.
God.
I think well, this is not a Real Housewives podcast.
Yeah, but you know.
But I believe he put her on the show to distract her because he was having it fierce.
I agree. Strong agree.
Okay.
Strong agree.
Okay.
But I do believe that you are correct in that a lot of people who have the gift use alcohol because it like
to
can
shut
just
it down.
Yeah, just can give them that little break from all because apparently it's like hearing almost like 3 radios going at once.
Oh my
and it's
gosh.
like you're getting a lot of noise and so there's like a lot of chaos to sort through in your mind.
Wow.
So they're like, give me that rum and
sweet,
coke.
sweet rum and coke, baby.
Interestingly, they're
rum and coke.
they're the only profession that does use alcohol to relax.
Yeah, the only one.
The only.
So you've always believed in this stuff. Did you grow up with a family that believed in things, or like we always ask, were you Catholic? Or?
No, so I as a kid didn't really. It really just wasn't on my radar until college, and I dated this guy, and he lived in Vermont, and he lived in this really old house in Vermont that was also a dairy farm.
Oh,
and so
stinky.
we would go to his house on like vacation from school.
Yeah.
And this was sort of my first intro, and he was like, so I got to tell you something about my house. It's haunted. It's got ghosts. They're really nice ghosts.
Whoa.
But they're, sometimes you might come back in the room and like something is moved off the table or whatever. And I was like, what? I thought he was kind of like messing with me.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like scared because he's like, we're staying in the room they call the ghost room. I'm like, great.
Or bedroom number 3. I don't know. Whatever you want to call
whatever.
it.
I don't care.
Whatever.
Ghost room has a better ring.
Ghost room. Yeah, so you're staying in a ghost room. And anyway, he showed me the stuff that they found in the wall.
No.
Yes. So they had done some construction. They knocked down a wall, and they found this pair of women's shoes that were so tiny, and they were from the late 1800s.
Whoa.
And then there was stationery, and it literally said at the top, like the woman's name was like Mary something, I can't remember, but printed her name, and then it said 1880 and then an underscore, like where you would fill in the year. And in pencil she wrote like 9. So it was like 1889, and it was a suicide letter.
No! Oh my God.
So we don't have verification that she actually did it, but it was this very juvenile letter that was like, hello, whoever's reading this kind of thing. My name is Mary, whatever. I'm 18 years old, and so doesn't love me back. And it was very like high school. And so I have decided, to end my life. And we don't know if she actually did it or if it was just like a moment. But they had this letter and they had these shoes, and like that was to me like, it was like,
and the deal is you have to sleep next to them tonight in the bed.
We were in the ghost room.
Ew.
And so I feel like that was the first like little hook in, because everyone in their family was like just really cool with it. Like don't be scared.
That's
Bayne.
a fun intro.
It's just like it's just be cool to the ghosts and they'll be cool to you kind of thing. And so I would be like, you know, as in I'd be like, hello, ghost, I'm coming in the room. It's fine, you know. I'm just coming to get my sweater, ghost. Hello, you know. Like
you do your thing,
I'll do mine, you know. And so that was kind of the first time where I started to I was like, well, let's go downtown and see if we can get like the records of the house. And like we kind of got really into it for a minute and trying to find out like the names of the people that had lived there, and it kind of became this like fun
That's fun.
thing.
Yeah.
Like a murder mystery or like a ghost mystery game. That would be kind of fun to solve a ghost haunting.
Especially because there felt like there was nothing sinister.
Yes.
Like it felt like it was all very like above board. So
Like just things moving. Would they hear or see anything, or just
I never saw anything specifically, but they said, you know, oh, you know, I left something on the dresser and when I came back it was on the bed.
Wow.
But still to me it was all very, is this a coincidence? Is it not?
Yeah.
You know, but they believed in it so firmly that then I kind of got like, oh, well, yeah, they're just living here and they like to show you they're here by moving things around a little bit.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I love that stuff. But also I've seen like people be like, I found scissors in my freezer that I just was holding and I put there.
Right. Oh,
You
yeah,
know,
I've done
like
shit like that.
sort of, you're like, oh, well, you know, like, like, or are they just very like forgetful or
Right. Are these coincidences? Like there's always that way to debunk it. And that's why I think until something happens to you like then you're very sure.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, oh no, I didn't put those scissors in the fridge.
That's like the time that I lost my keys and I went insane.
Oh, yeah, you said it was a fairy.
Screaming and crying, and then it was under my washcloths, like in the linen cabinet.
But why would it be there?
I was like,
unless you were like really
I
drunk
wasn't
or-
doing laundry.
Yeah.
It was like during the day too that I was like,
But I bet something just like you came in with groceries or something, like some weird
I was like,
thing.
let me put these keys under these
washcloths.
washcloths.
It
Could be.
Mano puts his keys all over the weird place. I'm like, pick one spot
Yeah.
to put them down,
Then you always know.
and then you'll find them.
Unless it's a fairy trying to tell you something,
Like,
communicate something to you.
I think you're a bitch and I want to hide your stuff.
Or like, you need to use this washcloth.
Yeah, you stinky.
You stinky ass. Let's take a quick break. And we are back. Bayne,
Yes.
do you have a paranormal experience you would like to share?
I do. Okay. So I live in Hollywood
Woo!
in Beechwood Canyon area.
Oh yeah, we're like kind of neighbors.
Yeah.
I used to live there. My old haunted apartment was there.
On
Okay.
Beechwood.
So you know, I do think that area might be especially teeming with energies
Yeah.
because probably it's because there were so many people and continue to be so many people who are coming to like achieve dreams and like
Yes.
get things done in show business, and it's like very ripe with passion, disappointment, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So where I live are these very old bungalows. They're maybe 100 years old, and apparently they used to be studio housing for actresses and actors who would come and have roles in things that were shooting at Paramount.
Oh, okay.
So it'd be like, I'm from New York and I'm
Yep.
doing 3 days on this whatever. And it was almost like a bed and breakfast where they would put you up in these like bungalows.
Yeah.
And we've found the linens like that have the name. And I won't say the name so people don't like stalk me. But like it used to be almost like a hotel where you'd like check in and they would give you your linens and they would say like checkout time is, you know, at such and such. But they're in the shape of a horseshoe. And what I've heard is that all these performers and writers and musicians and whatever would just like party really hard.
God, people partied like people party now. But in the olden days, people, because like opium was okay, like where everybody's like, you want to do this thing called speed? Let's do
Do
like,
it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And they weren't like really concerned with like like, they didn't have all the studies. They were just like, you drink until you can't.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong. And we might do it at work. And I might do it at lunch.
Help us.
Yeah.
And like, there's nothing shameful about it.
Yeah, we're smoking cigarettes. I'm a doctor and
Martinis,
I'm smoking a cigarette.
Yes.
A little bump of whatever. And so...
Yeah, the studios were like handing out amphetamines left and right to be like, oh, you're tired?
Take this.
I feel until like the 80s.
Take this little pep pill.
Yeah.
This is just going to give you some pep in
Exactly.
your step. So apparently this was going on from like the 20s on. And then I think somewhere in the 60s or 70s, it was like purchased by a family and now it's residences. But when I moved in there, I definitely started feeling like, oh, there's like a lot of history and a lot of energy here. And I started asking my neighbors and they were like, oh yeah, like people have seen things and felt things, and like this street is like the boulevard of dreams and there's a lot going on here. So I sort of had that backstory, but I hadn't really seen anything specifically until I somehow started getting really interested in like my grandmother passed about like 9 or 10 years ago. And I started feeling like I was somehow in some way doing a lot of the things that she wished she had done.
Yeah.
So she lived to be 97. And apparently, I know, it's wild.
That's amazing.
Can you
It's good
imagine that?
genetics.
That's wild.
Well, imagine, so she was born in 1911. So imagine like the progress that she saw in her life. She saw the
like
invention
the
of
ult
everything.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And around the time that she passed away, she
was
was
like,
interested
panties are
in
so different.
Panties. Oh yeah.
They used to be
panties.
so
Don't
loose.
say panties.
Now they're so tight.
They got,
They
It used to be
fall.
like pants.
yeah, boy, Bayne, you can't imagine how different my panties are. I'm a panty sayer. I can't help
Don't
it.
say
I can't help
panties.
it.
It always bums me out in like true crime stuff where the detectives are like, and then we found the panties.
Like
it's
soiled,
like, say
yeah,
underwear.
underwear.
Panties is such a gross thing to say.
I guess I never thought of it.
Sorry.
You're right.
Say
You're
panties,
right.
you freak.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to derail that on a panty kick.
That's a whole other podcast.
yeah.
Panties.
Some panty podcast.
A listener recently said that I should not use euphemisms because we talked in a recent episode about how I talked to my grandmother saying tootie instead of vagina, and then I was like mildly scolded on Instagram for it, and I was like, I'm not doing it currently. I'm always talking to kids about their little penises and vaginas.
And
I'm
also,
just really Southern, so.
but also that's what we did when we were. That's what we were taught when we were kids.
Yeah.
And apparently, it's like not the thing to do.
Yeah.
I just remembering.
Yeah.
Their
We're just
tooties
remembering.
and what tallywhackers.
Tooties and tallywhackers.
and whatever
Sorry,
else is.
I interrupted. So your
so,
grandmother.
Yeah, so I was sort of
97.
like having this feeling that she would be psyched because apparently when she was 18, she was on the East Coast, but she was really interested in opera and was sort of like toying with wanting to be an opera singer. And she was, I guess, going into New York City and taking lessons and all of this kind of stuff. And had aspirations to perform. And then when she was 18, she met my grandfather and like really got on the track of like getting married and having kids.
Yep.
And was no longer doing such things. And so I always sort of thought like, oh, I wish she were, you know, sort of still alive and seeing like what I was doing because I think she'd be into it. Anyway, so this was sort of rattling around my brain a little bit. And then one night I was asleep in my bed in my bungalow, lights out, everything shut down, and the bedroom light just came on. And it was like maybe 3 a.m.
Wow.
God.
So the bedroom light comes on and I'm like, my dog's like,
What are we doing?
what's going on? And of course you're like disoriented because you're like, am I dreaming? What's
Yeah.
going on? And I'm like, no, okay, the light's on. The light is on. Definitely didn't turn it on. And I spent a few minutes like really looking at the switch and being like, that's in the on position. The light is on. Am I having a wiring issue?
Yeah.
Because this place is old.
Yeah.
No, this is definitely something.
My God.
This is something.
Yeah.
So I call the next day my friend, Linda, who I had mentioned, who is psychic. And I said, this crazy thing happened. And she's like, I'm going to come down there with the equipment. So she has
I love it.
legitimate like ghost hunting.
I love it.
She goes, I'm going to bring some of my ghost girls. I'm like, bring the ghost girls.
What's a ghost girl?
I want that to
she
be a
has
show.
a little crew
Like
of,
Golden Girls?
of friends who all like have the gift. And
Like actual living people.
living
though. Great.
people,
Got it.
humans, who she's like, we're going to come to your house and like just get us some pizza.
Oh my God.
And get us
For
some
pizza.
alcohol.
Wait, this is a perfect show.
right?
A cross between like
The Ninja Turtles.
or Charmed and the Ninja Turtles. is what I was
Charmed and
gonna-
the
And
Ninja
like Paw
Turtles.
Patrol. Yeah.
And Paw Patrol.
Paw Patrol and the Golden Girls.
Whoa.
It's the perfect show. We copyrighted
There
it.
we
It's
go. It's
happening.
our idea.
TM.
WGA.
WGA. There. So the Ghost Girls was like, okay, Friday night. And it was funny you should talk about the alcohol. 'Cause she goes, all you have to have is like red Solo cups and booze and some pizza. And like, we'll come and we'll just like kind of take over.
Great.
And I'm like, this is amazing. So they come in and they've got like these tripods and these cameras and like these things that are lighting up. And I'm like, this is awesome.
Oh my God. It's a dream. It's
Right,
a
like,
dream.
this is so awesome. So they're all like doing their thing and, trying to videotape like floaters and trying to get like anything on camera. And they're basically asking me, questions about, about the bungalow. And this is where everything got like really crazy. So they're just like it's almost like they were like picking up like frequencies.
Yes.
They were like, okay, there's a guy in here and he looks like he's from the 1980s. He's wearing like short, rounded shorts with the piping and like Nikes, and he thinks that you hit him with your car while he was riding on his bicycle, and you picked him up at Gower Studios. Were you at Gower Studios recently? I'm like, yeah, I was at Gower Studios the other day for an audition. Well, you picked him up at Gower Studios. And he thinks you're the lady that... No, she was a child. She was a child in the 80s. She couldn't have hit you with her car. Okay, and they're like having a full-on
Like,
conversation.
getting chills, and also it's funny.
It's hilarious because they're like arguing with the spirit and getting really angry at him. Like, she didn't hit you with her car. She couldn't even drive, and she was on the East Coast. She was like a kid, okay? So you need to leave her alone. And apparently he's like, no, she hit me with her car. Like, he's like arguing back. And I'm like, what are you seeing? What are you seeing? What are you seeing? So we're having this whole thing. And then they're like, okay. And they like get out the stage and they're like, and they're waving the stage. You're like, okay, he's gone. He's gone. Oh God, he was mean. Yeah. So there's like,
And how wild for them to be like, were you at Gower recently? And you being like, yeah,
yes,
I
I
was.
was.
And he was like, I'm going to wake this little bitch up.
She hit me with her car.
You know what? She's
Well,
not sleeping tonight.
So here's the funny thing. So
Oh.
he was just like someone who came in, but the light, they said, was my grandmother. Oh. And they said, so she's thinking you're being like kind of an asshole right now. Like you're what was it? Oh, that's what it was. You're missing it. You're missing it. You're so focused on what you don't have right now that you're missing it. And I was like, ooh, I was like, nailed it. Because I was kind of going through one of those dissatisfied phases, and I had recently quit drinking. And they're like, what? Oh, what's it? Okay. Oh, she says, if you're going to be this much of an asshole, you might as well start drinking again.
Oh my God.
And I was like, that's fair. That's fair. Okay. So what you're saying is I've got to just kind of focus more on all the positive things. Yeah. And they're like, yeah, you're missing it and you're focused over here and you should be looking over here. And she wanted you to wake up.
Holy shit. And it is that thing of you thinking of her being like, wow, she would be so pumped for me, and also this is what she would want to do, where she's like,
and
look at what
stop
you're
being
doing.
such a jerk about
Look
all
at what
of
you're
it.
doing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so that was really wild because they said, I think she spends a lot of time here.
Oh.
And she's just kind of likes to be
love
here
that.
because, you're doing this school thing.
Yes.
And it's just sort of an easy, they go, and she says, you're fun.
I love that.
I likes to hang out here because I'm
fun, dude.
And so I was like, okay, that really answers a lot of questions, and it kind of jarred me to a place of you guys are like, you're right. I'm kind of like, I don't know, you get all muddled, sometimes, and you're like, oh, I should be doing this.
Hey, man, I know.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
And they were just like, you're kind of being a jerk, and you just need to look at everything that's happening and be happy.
Yeah.
And the more you focus on that, the less you're going to be like looking to the left, looking to the right.
It is really hard in this industry.
It's so hard.
It's really hard to be like present, because part of what the way this industry works is you have to think ahead and what you're going to do next, because this job isn't permanent. So you like always see an end date, even if it's like you're on a series that's like going a long time.
Yeah.
You're like, well, it could end
any second.
Any
second.
second.
So like, what am I going to do next? And like the idea of staying at the same level feels like, well, that's failure if I keep doing what I'm doing. The only way to not be a failure is to do something bigger and better, which is like so hard.
Yes,
So
it's like
hard to, like,
spinning
rare.
plates. Like,
I'm
supposed to be spinning this plate, but I'm also supposed to be like looking ahead.
Thinking
and,
of this plate, and yeah.
So I thought I was kind of doing the right thing by being like really hard on myself and being like, oh, I've got to like do this, and it was kind of a nice reminder of like, okay, but that's not really working. So maybe just
and that's huge too. Of just like, wait, but am I talk about this in therapy a lot, of just that like idea of me always being like, well, I should be doing this. And my therapist is like, don't say should. He's like, because then you're putting it into a negative context where it's like, oh, I should be doing this, rather than like, cool, I get to do this. I'm going to do this, whatever it is. And that's made, and don't get me wrong, I still get in those funks, but that's made a huge difference of where it's like, wait, I don't want to do this thing right now. I'm going to chill or whatever.
It is such a hard thing to negotiate through, though. Like this idea of, oh my gosh, but I just saw this person doing this cool thing and they seem like they're having an easier time or whatever. And it's really easy to just be like, oh my gosh, well, maybe I should try that track or this track instead of like, oh, I'm just going to stay in my lane.
And I'm sure like everyone feels that way. Like whether it's someone like being like, oh, I'm 23 and my other friends are married and like,
absolutely,
I gotta get married. And it's like, well,
no,
whatever it is,
your own route.
I had a friend, this is such a side note, that like when we were 24, she was like having her second child, and she was like, my husband and I were like thinking, we're like, if we have kids now, or she might have been a little older, like 26 or 27.
Still
she's
very
like,
young.
She's like, well, if we have kids now, then by the time they're like 18, we'll still be like, in our 40s, so we could still enjoy our life. And then she was like, it didn't occur to me that we could have been enjoying it this whole time.
The entire
and that
time.
While we're young, we could have the fun instead of being like, we won't be too old.
Especially while you're young and you should be well, it's fun to stumble through life and be like, wait, I don't like this.
Everybody can do
this.
everything. Everyone can do whatever they want.
Yes.
But I think the idea of taking that should out of it is like really important.
It's huge.
Should sucks.
Should sucks. And it's such an easy trap to fall into. So it was a good, but I was like,
wait,
ooh, what?
Isn't that an episode of Sex and the City where she talks about we're shooting all over ourselves?
It sounds like
if it
one.
isn't an episode, it is.
Yes, she's like,
we're shooting all over
we're
ourselves.
shooting all over ourselves.
God, they were so ahead of
Good.
their time.
They really were.
Yeah.
And
God.
weirdly behind in a lot of things, but great.
Yeah.
Great show though.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so. Did she stick around? Or?
Yeah, so I think she's still around. I definitely feel like she's still around. I hope she's still around. And so I've had the ghost girls come in a couple times.
Oh,
it's just
I
so
love
fun.
that.
And recently, I don't know, maybe like a month or two ago,
I'm gonna do a ghost girl.
it had
tonight.
been. Oh man, we should make it happen. It would be so good. It had been sort of quiet. Everything had kind of felt really good in the bungalow. And then maybe a month or two ago, I was sleeping and I woke up and I heard like, "Come on, Eileen." Dun, 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 dun. Like, that's it. And I was like, I think I was just dreaming the song "Come on, Eileen."
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that, I think it was just the last little bit of my dream. And then now I'm awake, but I was kind of like unsure. It was very cloudy. And so I go back to sleep. And then maybe an hour or two later, I wake up and it's like, again, like, da na 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 da na na. And I'm like, no, that's coming from the main room where I have my computer on my desk and everything. And I'm like, okay, that's really weird because my computer is closed and it's asleep. And it was literally like out of a movie where like I got out of bed and I was like, the song's still going.
No.
The whole house is black. And I look at my computer and there's like nothing lit up on my computer. And the song is coming out of my computer. Come on, Eileen. It's still going. And I'm like walking toward the computer like, okay, what? The fuck? It's still dark. Nothing lit up to show that there's a sign of life. And I'm like, and I open the laptop and Pandora is open and it's playing Come on, Eileen. But it's not supposed to do that when the computer is. So I'm like, and I press pause and I'm like, and it pauses and I'm like, okay, then I'm going to think about this in the morning. Like I go back to bed.
Yeah.
Try to get to sleep. And then I wake up and I'm like trying to imagine the justifications and I can't think of any because I'm like, it's a pretty new laptop. It's never done that before. When you close the lid.
Especially when it's closed.
Yeah. It was, I mean, I always too, if I'm listening to music, I'll pause it and then close it. So it's like almost twice shut off.
Yeah.
Asleep and paused. And so I was like trying to like, okay, is there some way that it makes sense that turned on? No, there is no logical way that would happen. And it hasn't happened since. But I'm like, it's just sort of one of those things where I'm like, something was in there.
Especially because the first time
it was like a little snippet.
And the same song. Like, it would be one thing if it was like, oh, it's just
like
playing through the songs.
Yeah. But to start and stop, I think. Because, I mean, I've definitely closed a laptop and then, like, it still talks until I'm like, whoa, and I'll open it back up and it'll stop doing whatever it's doing. But never has it, like, out in the, like, 3 hours after using it, just started a thing.
Ew, no.
Yeah, it was probably a good, like 3 hours. Because it was the middle of the night. It was like the dead of the night. So I'd been asleep for a long time.
The dead of the
night. So then the ghost girls came? Or no?
So that one's just out there.
Oh, God.
Because once again, though, I didn't feel super scared.
Yeah.
I just felt like, okay, so what this time?
Yeah.
Like who's
Grandma?
trying? Yeah. Huh?
I'm up.
I'm up.
It's
I'm
that guy.
awake.
Is that
Am I
guy
being
again?
an asshole again?
Yeah.
The guy's like, this
asshole.
is my favorite song right now.
Yeah.
And I know, I heard you didn't kill me, but even still, maybe we can start a friendship
this is what I was listening
now.
to when you hit me with your car.
I still think it was
That is
you.
so wild.
Yes.
Yeah, I've never heard of that, like, arguing with the other side. Like, nuh-uh.
I mean,
this is not
because
her.
it literally sounds like someone arguing with like a pesky neighbor. Like, I told you not to block my parking spot. Like they were talking to him like, no, you need to leave. You're not welcome here. She doesn't want you. Like,
I actually have heard of it being like that, where
Really?
people are like, no, this isn't your house now. It's my house now. You don't live here anymore. You're dead.
Whoa.
Like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I had a friend, my
boy.
friend Michael, like he said he kept seeing this like ghost over his bed at night. In fact, he's got to come on. He's hilarious. I worked with him a few times on like he kept hiring me. He was like in production, but
I'm fascinated by the entity lingering over the bed, right? Because that's how it is in movies.
And it was like speaking in Spanish, and he was like, "I can't understand you. You have to talk in English." Right. And then it did, and it was like looking for its family.
Somebody,
and he was like, "They don't live here anymore. They moved." And so he's like, "I'll do you a favor and I'll find out where they live." And so like he like went to the landlord and was like, "Where did this family before me go?" And so he basically gave them a forwarding address.
Oh my God, he's like, he wrote it on a Post-it. He's like handing it. Okay,
don't wake me. Yeah, here you go.
Like, but he like put a boundary. He was like, "Stop waking me up. You can't wake me up." And it's really funny because I told you that after I had for my birthday, a medium come and do like readings for everyone. Cool. It was really cool. She did intuitive or medium. And I told her that like, I was like, oh, me and my mom had like a few, like I had experiences here after, like that week. And then my mom was back home and I was like, that's not okay. Like, it's one thing if it happens to me, I kind of invited it in. And she was like, with everything you just said, a boundary. She's like, they work with our rules, like the dead.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they work with our rules. So if you tell them what they have to do, they kind of have to abide by our world.
You need to go away now and let me live my life and sleep at night, and you can't keep... Yeah. And they're like, all right, that's fair. That sounds reasonable.
Hey, that's all you had to say.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I just want to know where my family was.
That's all you had to say.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people don't try that. They're like...
They get so freaked out.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so threatening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I would
just
get
go.
freaked out. But that's good to know.
Be like, you can't do this.
You can't do this.
Yeah, I understand why you're here, but it's time for you to find somewhere else to be.
I don't want you to, like, I literally said that I was like, I don't want you to like appear in front of me, and I don't really want to hear you, and you definitely can't show yourself to my roommate. So
Did that happen here in this house?
Yeah, it was like a few weeks ago.
And what form did that take?
I just kept smelling people that I knew.
Isn't that wild?
And it was like intense. I was like, God, this is strong. And it just kept happening like in different spots. And it's like a very specific like scent of like my aunt who smoked but also was very clean and like
had like
professional.
A perfume or
yeah. So it was just like
Gosh,
this so you knew, like, you were like, that's
I know,
her 100%.
Yeah, I knew exactly.
Isn't that crazy?
It's so wild.
And then my mom was like, what are you gonna do? I was like, well, as far as I know, she loved me more than most people I'll ever meet in my life, so what am I worried about?
Yeah. And that might be why she's here.
Yeah.
She's like, I want to see what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, she's the one who helped me move to New York to like pursue all my dreams. So it would make
Oh,
perfect sense.
and now she's checking in.
Yeah, she's checking in on you.
I like that.
That's so interesting. It's very similar to my
Yeah,
grandma.
Yeah, very much so. Of like when you're like, oh, I've been kind of thinking of this.
Yeah.
But I think what happened for me, it was like, oh, you're seeking this stuff out. Well, then I'll make myself known.
I would do that.
Well, again, it's like the door. It's like, oh, I see. I think they sense an opening.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're like, I gotta go in.
Yeah. And you thinking about your grandma a lot and being like, oh, here we go.
They're trick-or-treaters and they're looking for a light on at the house.
That's it.
They're like,
that
there's a
bowl
light
of
on.
candy.
And then if you don't answer the door, they're going to put poo-poo
They're
in a
gonna
bag
trick
and burn
you.
it.
Yeah, there was so another funny thing that happened when the Ghost Girls were there was like
I love the Ghost Girls.
They were like,
Right.
oh no, they were like, what's this? And somebody came in from the neighboring bungalow, which like we kind of share walls.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, this sounds like I've made this up, and I assure you I have not. It was a little person, juggler.
Yeah.
Had a job at the studio doing
Yeah,
something.
that makes perfect sense.
And he didn't even live, he wasn't even residing in my bungalow. He was in a neighbor's, but he sensed the opening and he came through, and he was just apparently like ranting about how he couldn't get laid. And everybody was so prejudiced against little people, and I'm a great guy and this and that, and then at this point they were just like, we totally hear you, like we hear you, and that must be really difficult.
Yeah.
Because you seem like, you know, you're a really great guy and this and that. And so then they were like telling me what was going on. And I'm like, well, tell him to get back over to the other bungalow. Like, he doesn't even live here. And they were like, he could feel that we were here.
Yeah.
And he really wanted to be expressed. He was like,
wow.
and I can't get laid. And all these ladies, they just look at me and they see like a clown and this and that. And so it was really fascinating. And so they were like very gentle with him as opposed to being stern. They were like, oh, okay, so, you know, we hear you and that's very hard. Sorry, my stomach's grumbling. I feel like you can hear it on the mic. And they were like, you know, that's really difficult, but, you know, we're kind of in the middle of something here. We're trying to figure out this light going on situation. So if you could, you know.
Very funny.
And he went. And so then the next day I said to my neighbor, Brian, I'm like, so apparently you have like this really angry mime who's a little person juggler who lives in your place. He's like, well, of course I do. He's like, this place is fucking crazy.
That is so wild.
Oh, I thought one of the ghost girls was going to be like, so if somebody here wants to hook up with him, that's the only way to chill.
Does anybody want to have sex with a ghost? No, but they were really funny because they would be like, I heard something in this room, and then one of them would be like, that was me butting into a carrot. Did
you hear that? Did you hear that?
Yeah. Sorry. I was biting a carrot.
They sound perfect.
I love them.
Ghost
girls.
The ghost girls.
Oh my
God. Yeah, but it's fun being around people who all share, and obviously that's probably the reason you started this podcast.
Yeah.
You share the kind of love and the belief of what you don't know, as opposed to being like, oh, I don't believe in ghosts, that's dumb or whatever.
And you also, like, I've learned through this of like a lot of times they're not threatening entities. It's just that kind of like, oh, hey, I'm here. No worries.
I used to live here.
Yeah.
I also think it's like the type of people who will believe in this maybe are more optimistic or I don't know. Like, I think that's how I kind of see it for myself, as like, it's an optimism that I believe in this stuff.
It's a flexible mindset for sure.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm open to it.
Yeah.
I'm open to it. I'm not saying no.
Ooh. Ghost girls.
Ghost girls.
Bayne, do you have time to listen to a listener story?
Yes.
And pull one up.
Hi, Marcy. Hi, Betsy. My name's Gabi. I love your guys' podcast. I have a bunch of spooky stories that I'd love to share with you guys, but right now I just want to share something that I'm kind of currently going through, and I'd love to hear your feedback. So about a year ago, I moved into a studio apartment that is in the middle of a very old house. It's a neighborhood called Heritage Hill in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And these are all old houses that are like protected historical buildings. And I moved in really quickly, signed a lease really quickly. Everything, it was fast because I had to get back here to start grad school and a job that I had. And I didn't think much of the apartment when I saw it. I thought it was nice. It was small. It was perfect for me. I didn't get any bad vibes when I walked in. So I felt really good about it. And then a couple weeks after signing the lease and everything, my mom was asking to see pictures of it. So I Googled the address and I scrolled down a little bit and I found a news article about a murder that happened in the building in 2014. So I looked into it, and it turns out that there was a man who was in hospice care who lived in one of the apartments in the building who had been stabbed in the neck, and they found him days later. And at first they were like, oh, someone tried to euthanize this guy. But that story doesn't really check out. If you're going to euthanize someone, why would you stab them in the neck? That's not a very peaceful way to take someone out of this world. So, yeah, that's kind of always been in my mind since I moved in. But nothing really happened that made me think that the apartment would be haunted. And I also realized through investigating the photos attached to the article that it wasn't my apartment, because all of the police tape was around a door that has no access to my apartment. So I felt confident that things were going to be pretty chill. And they were pretty chill for a while. And then over the summer, I started waking up at 2 or 3 in the morning every single night and hearing things and feeling a presence in my apartment. And also, slowly, it turned into something was shaking me awake every night. Not every night, but it starts to become more frequent. And then just a couple nights ago, I was sleeping on my side. I typically sleep on my side or my stomach, and I felt someone try to push me out of bed. And I even made like a noise because I woke up feeling this, and I was like, huh? Like, what was that? And at that point, I wasn't scared. I was just mad. And I said, please don't do that. I'm trying to sleep. And after that, I spent the weekend. I went home for my sister's birthday. So I was sleeping in a different house. And I slept all the way through the night. No interruptions, nothing. It was wild. So I'm trying to think of what I can do to handle the situation. And maybe it's not even the murdered guy's ghost. Like, honestly, ghosts be everywhere. So who could know? But I'd love to hear your guys' opinions and what I can do. The activity, I realized, did start up right around the anniversary of that guy's death. So if that has anything to do with anything, I'd love to know. I don't know. But thanks, guys.
Holy shit. You gotta get the ghost girls.
Gabby.
This is wild.
It also begs the question, if she had never come across this information and she was blissfully unaware, would this still be happening, or was it the window?
Because once again, did it like open up in her mind thinking about that? Just like we were talking, so the dude's like, "Hey,
she's a portal.
Yeah,
I'm gonna like,
whoa, well, like, hey, I don't know, set boundaries."
So that's the thing. You just said like she could try communicate, before bed. This is what I would try. And Gabi, I am not an expert by any means, but perhaps before going to sleep, you could try, setting the boundary and saying, you're going to let me sleep. I don't know who you are or why you're here, but you're going to let me sleep through the night. You will not bother me. I understand you clearly want something, but I'm not the person who can give it to you.
Good.
Yeah. It almost feels like be like, I know you want to get my attention. You have it. You cannot do that. Like, that's what it seems like it's happening. Like that he's trying to be like, wake up.
Pushing her out of
That's
bed.
wild.
Very aggressive.
It's so weird.
That's so scary.
Do you know what it makes me think? It makes me think that it's like not even the dead person. It makes me think it's the murderer who maybe possibly isn't dead, but there is like part of like, someone has explained it to me before.
Wait, like energy?
Yeah. Like you exist here, but there's also a part of you that can exist other places, like the way you're attached to people and like and the way they remember you and stuff.
Of course.
There's like this lingering thing. So like while this person could be sitting away in a prison somewhere, there could still be an element of him being like, especially because like, I mean, maybe this person loved murdering and it was a real fun thing for them. Or maybe it was like a mental break or you never know. And like, so maybe it's like this person like kind of
their energy is still there.
I don't know. But either way, set that boundary. Be like, no, you don't wake me up.
It can't hurt.
And if you progress this, I will find someone to get rid of you.
Yeah.
We're going to ghost bust you.
We're going to send the ghost girls over.
Yes, just get some pizza and some red solo cups
and
full
some
of
carrots.
Booze.
We got
carrots for sure.
We got a Winnebago full of pizza, carrots, and wine, and they're coming to get you in Grand Rapids.
We'll come and work for pizza.
Yeah.
And because I just want her to be left alone so she can go to grad school or whatever she's doing and have this peaceful experience.
And I bet like there is an element of whatever is there. Like grad school is really stressful, that it's feeding off of that like stress, anxiety, like those emotions.
Yeah. Well, it's a window, and they found her, and she may have been left alone if she had never discovered the information.
Yeah.
Because also, I want to have a conversation with the person who showed you this apartment because aren't they legally?
That's what I thought.
I think they're only supposed to like if it just happened. Like
Okay.
if it
That's
happened.
so
But, like,
wild to me.
I don't. Yeah, it,
kind of a poopy thing to do to somebody.
I mean, also, hey, due diligence. There's a few things when I moved here, someone said to do. One,
You're right.
go there in the morning and see what morning rush hour is like.
Oh, that's smart.
That's a good one.
And in the evening, and then see what nighttime feels like around there.
Yeah, and then
Like, is it
so Gabi was saying she was in a rush and she didn't really do a
so
lot
she
of.
couldn't do that. But like if you can, and then also I'll say this. Go look up whodiedinmyhouse.com. You can pay $10.99 and find out who died in that place.
Whodiedinmyhouse.com is a terrifying idea for a show.
I don't know if that's
So funny.
I don't know if that's exactly it, but there is a website where you can find out
where it is just
who
like-
died. Because I did it here.
No one died.
No one
right?
died specifically in this house, but there are
Someone
people.
died in the driveway.
There are people, but there.
Lots of deaths in the driveway.
This is like a 19.
Weird.
This house is like weirdly also from the late 20s.
I can see that.
So-
Ours is too.
There's
so-
shit
from
going
the
on. There's
1920s.
shit
So
going
like
on.
the people are dead,
Ghosts
but they
be
didn't.
everywhere, as Gabi
Ghosts
said.
be
Ghosts be everywhere.
Oh man, but yeah,
That's a
Gabi,
good one, Gabi.
good
I
luck.
hope. Let us know.
Yes,
Yeah.
keep us updated. But yeah, I think set those boundaries.
So those boundaries.
Set those.
But it makes me think of like, how there are some people that just keep attracting the same kind of like partner or relationship.
Yes, the relationship patterns.
That sort of thing of like that, like, I don't want this type of person who treats me this way, but I keep finding it. I think that we can do that energetically with ghosts and stuff too. Not that it's a pattern, but just that like there's
100%.
something
Yeah.
in us that maybe we're worried about, or that they see something that they're like,
yeah.
I'm also attracted to you because of this.
It's
whatever.
unhealed trauma, they say.
Oh, who even knows?
Yeah.
Fix your life, everybody.
Yeah.
It's hard. Fix your life.
Bayne, this has been so
has been
fun.
so
Thank
fun.
you
Oh my
so
gosh.
much. What a dream.
It's so fun to talk about this stuff with people who also
Yes.
believe.
We love it. It is so much fun.
Oh God! Tell people where they should find you or your work or whatever.
Okay.
Anything you want to plug? Whatever.
Sure. You can see me every Thursday night at the Upright Citizens Brigade Sunset
yes.
at 7 o'clock in the musical improv show Magic to Do.
Yeah.
It's so fun. Come, we are obviously taking some time off for the holidays.
this'll come out
This'll
after.
come out.
Yeah.
Okay, so cut
Oh,
that. We're on every Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really fun. Thanks,
you.
guys.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much for listening to A Funny Feeling.
If you have a paranormal experience that you would like to share, please send us a voice memo, or you can email us just a letter at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com. I'm Marcy.
I'm Betsy, and don't shit your pants.
That was a HeadGum podcast.